Right, now we're going to be looking at arranging simple pieces of music inside the arrange window. Now the arrange window itself can be separated from the rack by using these buttons up here. This little button with two rectangles on it, if you click it, it will open the arrange window as a full screen window, so we can see exactly what we're doing in the arrangement. If we click that cross, it will then turn that off and send it back to the bottom of the rack. I like to work with it under the rack because I just think it's nice and easy to use, but some people like to see more of the arrange window. Okay, we're going to be looking at arranging Dr.Rex files here. So I've got 3 Dr.Rex files that I've inserted, and I've found my sounds by going through the various banks in the Reason Factory Sound Bank. So again, to insert a Dr.Rex file, a Dr.Rex loop player, just deselect the last thing you have and drag an instance of it into here. And then to find a new sound, go to the Browse Loop button, or the folder that has the folder icon on it, and find a sound specifically in the Dr.Rex areas. None of the other sounds here will play a Dr.Rex loop, or Dr.Rex just won't understand what's in them. So if we went into the Maelstrom, by say, which is a synth, and we go through the various banks of the Maelstrom, you'll find that you get to a point where there's just nothing in the dialog box or in the browser window. That's because there's no files that the Dr.Rex will play. Dr.Rex is a loop player, which means it plays small samples like 2 bars or 4 bars or 1 bar of music that somebody else has composed, and it's been cut up and put into a Dr.Rex loop player. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to arrange 2 and 4 bar loops of music. In the Reason Factory Sound Bank, once again, Dr.Rex, only the Dr.Rex. So if I wanted to find a percussion loop, I could go into that folder, and then I could look for a conga, and if I just click it once, I can hear the sound and it's being played. If I leave that selected and just use my up and down arrows, I can listen quickly to the sounds so I can find something that I like and that I think will work in my song. Pushing enter gets that into the Dr.Rex, or double clicking it. Now what I need to do is I need to get it out from the rack and into my arrange window, because I'm going to start to arrange it over a period of time using our beats and bars. So to do that, I need to know which Dr.Rex it is. I've got 4 here, so it's a bit confusing. So this is Dr.Rex 4. Now I can rename this Dr.Rex congas. So I know down here on my arrange window which Dr.Rex I'm working with. Now I can preview it up here and listen to the congas again. When I'm happy with the sound, I need to push this down here to this track. So to do that, I need to select the track that it's going to be sounding on, and then push to track here. And what it will do, it will copy this information, this 1 bar of music, down, or 2 bars of music, down onto my arrange window, specifically in the track that's built for congas, and between the left and right locators. So if I set those up over here, I could copy this loop down to this track. So I'm going to do that. I'm just going to delete this by selecting it and pushing delete. I'm just going to work on 8 bars of music. So I'm going to go and do the same thing for all of my other samples. So here is a small drum loop. It's on Dr.Rex 1. I'm going to call it drums, and I'm going to copy that down to this track. Here is my synth, so I'm going to call it that. See, you can name things in a variety of areas, either here or here. As my synth, and my bass line is here. Okay, so these 3 things I'm now going to get down, or the last 2 I'm going to get down on the track. I'll push my synth to track, push my congas to track. Oops, already done those. Push my bass to track. Have a quick listen. Good if we had some sound. Right. So what I need to do now is I need to arrange my piece of music over a period of time. Not everything's going to come in at the same time, and when we're making decisions as a composer, we need to make decisions about when things are going to come in and why they're coming in at that point. I'm going to call bar 9 my hit point. I'll show you how to do this in a later class, but I'll just copy this down here. So only the drums are going to play between bar 1 and bar 9. I might add the synth by selecting it and moving it back to bar 5, because I think that might sound good coming in over the drums. Now you see I've just moved it. To copy and paste it, I need to select what it is I want to copy and paste, and when I've selected it, I hold down Control. Control will bring this little plus sign up next to the part, which means copy and paste, or move and paste. So that's going to copy and paste to wherever I then drag it on the screen, which is I want it there, because I want it to play in here as well. Now these I want to play, so I'm going to also copy and paste those down here. Have a quick listen. Right, so everything's coming in time and it's working well. Now, I'm going to move forward, and I think I'm going to leave a few of these things out in my arrangement until it gets to this point, so it is slowly building and building and building. And this is the concept of working with Rex files and working with music and computers, is that we're building up an arrangement of various instruments that we tell it that we want to hear over a period of time, or beats and bars. This could be my first section, and after this I'll think about writing a chorus or a bridge or a verse or something else to add some sort of difference or variation to the sounds that I'm already using and when I'm using them.